The way the world's going honestly terrifies me. Our generation is slowly creeping along into being the people who run everything, and we could not be less qualified for it. Our generation is so built on the idea that everybody needs to be accepted that people now think they can just be anything and everyone around them has to be okay with it. And the worst part is that we play into these delusions so much that it somehow continues to get worse, with more and more people thinking they can be and do whatever the fuck they want and still be considered normal. On one of these cases of personified cringe is the absolute nut job Felix Cypher, a person who blew up on TikTok for, now stay with me here because this one's hard to comprehend. He blew up on TikTok for claiming to be the reincarnation of that guy that didn't really like that one religious group and kind of killed a bunch of them. You know the guy. Anyways, this thing claims to be him. Also, from now on, I'm going to be referring to him with the very basic and simple name of Chad. Anyways, Felix Cypher not only claims to be Chad, but he even goes as far as to say things like he is in tune with his infamous past life and the memories from it. He claims that the first memory he had is when Chad literally fucking offed himself. And I'm not going to play the videos for obvious reasons, but what absolutely fucking floors me is how someone can make a video claiming to be the literal reincarnation of the leader of the Third Reich, but be wearing some pink patterned button-up shirt and standing in front of Squishmallows. I mean, seriously, if you're going to outright claim that you were a man who killed millions, at least move the stuffed animals out of frame. Felix then goes on to say that the birthmark on his forehead is the scar from where he shot himself. Now, yes, technically this could be where Chad shot himself, but the problem is that we have no proof that he even did shoot himself. Imagine years from now we find out that he actually survived and, he just kind of died of old age. This fucking Felix guy would have an absolute fit in his suicide-proof psych ward room. I mean, seriously, what a fucking bizarre claim. I honestly thought we couldn't ever get worse than furries, but not only did we get worse, I would say we are leaps and bounds worse. Just looking into this guy's videos, I'm starting to appreciate furries. I would much rather bully someone in an animal costume than ever see this man again. But honestly, I'm not even surprised. Not even a little bit. Pedophiles tried to make pedophilia a real sexuality. It was only a matter of time that old Adolf came back for part 2. Except this time, instead of massacring the Jews, his new target is my fucking brain cells. And he's doing just as good. I mean, if not better. I can feel them bitches flying out at Mach 10 as I'm trying to wrap my brain around how fucking stupid this guy is. I mean, I would expect it from a 14-year-old dream stan, but a 21-year-old author, that's just pure retardism at its finest. This guy's fucking nuts. No way to sugarcoat it. This guy's fucking crazy. And in the video, he says that he's taken lots of meds and none of them stop him from thinking that he's Chad. But I'm here to tell you, just because the meds you take don't make you forget, that does not mean to stop taking them. Because I guarantee if you were still on them, you would have never made multiple videos wearing what can only be described as the first school shooter in history went to the mall, calling yourself a Nazi dictator. So from now on, I do highly recommend that you stay on the meds. Some people don't need them, but you do 100% need them. Don't ever stop taking them. You are patient zero for being completely fucking batshit crazy. And for someone who really pushes the idea that he is literally Chad, he does a fucking awful job at proving it. I mean, how are you going to say that you're an actual Nazi, but then make multiple videos about how your friends are backstabbers and they're using you? Now, I would really like to put the video just to show how much of a pussy this guy is, but I really can't. So I do highly recommend that you look these up after this. But be warned, they are hard to watch. Anyways, Felix is just weird, and it seems to me like the only thing this guy ever wants to do is just be a problem. I mean, seriously, this guy's entire family is Jewish. Not even fucking with you. His mom, his dad, his entire family tree is Jewish, and he is outright claiming that he is the single worst thing that has ever happened to their people. Back for more. You honestly could not get any worse than that. Imagine being this man's mom. I mean, she for real carried a baby for 9 months just to give birth to the Jewish equivalent of the fucking Antichrist. That's it. I'm not having kids. That's what did it. Not the idea of changing diapers, not listening to crying. No, the minuscule chance that I end up with one of these fucking things is an actual deal breaker. I am not taking the chance if there's even a slight possibility that I end up with a Felix. Not happening. And while Felix claiming he is the reincarnation of Chad is by far the worst thing that he has done, it is literally just the tip of the iceberg. This guy has some fucking issues. For example, after he posted all these videos about being literally formerly Chad. He got deservingly very bullied and harassed at levels that honestly I've never even seen before. I've never been more proud of a community in my life. I mean, I think doxing is just way too far in most circumstances, but in this one, the punishment fits the crime. And within a few days, this motherfucker got doxed. I mean, seriously, this man's doing a how to get the shit beat out of you and robbed speedrun, and he got the fucking undisputed, unbeatable world record. He should be proud. Anyways, after the whole doxing thing happened, he, reasonably backed away from social media, so there have really been no updates of the situation. The last thing we saw is that his mom, who again is Jewish, found out about him acting like fucking Chad. And we don't know exactly what happened, but the way she found out was someone found her on Instagram and sent her the videos. And by reading the messages that she sent, I would only assume that he no longer has a mother. I mean, and that's another world record. Getting disowned speedrun. I mean, this guy is a fucking professional. Anyways, after he went away from TikTok, the army of Felix haters invaded absolutely every online thing this guy has ever done. I mean, I'm honestly surprised they didn't find bro's Club Penguin account from like 2010. One of the accounts that they did find, however, is his Spotify and, obviously his Spotify playlist, where they found out that he has, and again, I'm being completely dead ass, he has an egg-laying fetish. Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I mean, seriously, if that ain't the weirdest shit I have ever heard. A fucking egg-laying fetish. I swear to God, bro, I just want one thing that isn't jerked off to by at least 3 people. I swear to God, sane people can't have shit. If you look to your right and you pick out the 3 closest objects, I guarantee that at least 3 people beat off to it on a fucking daily. And to make matters worse, bro has multiple snakes, right? An animal that, wouldn't you guess, lays eggs. Like, what the fuck? Just have a pet. I swear to God, the fact that I know this guy beats to his snakes is fucking sickening. Just have a pet. Pets are cool, right? You feed them, whatever. You don't beat to them. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Who let this guy have snakes? Someone, please, for the love of God, take them away. Save them. Save them, because I know he be doing some crazy shit with them. That's not even it. He's also an author that has written 9 books. Like, how the fuck do you have time between purging the motherland of all impurities and beating to your pets to write 9 fucking books? It's crazy. Too bad that we will never know if they're good or not, because nobody in their right mind would ever buy a book from this guy. And the people who did have all rated it 1 star. And not particularly because the book is bad, but more because of the fact that the guy is, well, I don't know, literally the worst human being imaginable. From what I know about the books, right, is he wrote a series that starts off well with a book about like fighting demons, to the end of the series being a book in which the main characters team up with Satan and the demons to kill God. How the fuck are people surprised that he thinks he's Chad? Like, no shit, he thinks he's Chad. He fucking killed God. There is no one stopping him. But seriously, how fucking full of yourself do you have to be to even make a claim as wild as being Chad? And not only that, but to make videos about it, and in the videos, he is so cocky. Like, oh, I'm better than you because I'm fucking delusional, and instead of coping with my delusions, I instead embrace them and curse my family of fully believing that I am in fact the reincarnation of Chad. And not only that, but because I claim I'm Chad, you all now have to accept it, because if you don't, you're being uninclusive. I mean, seriously, how fucking selfish do you have to be to think that even for a second, anyone, let alone the entire internet, would play into your psychotic delusions? You're fucking crazy. Oh, and Felix's parents, please, for the love of God, take away this man's access to the internet. Most people are fine with it, but some people just can't be trusted with it, and he 100% cannot be trusted with the internet. Take that shit away and go find this man some help. I honestly doubt that you can find someone good enough to help this psychotic, self-centered fucking loser, but I kind of hope you can. And not because I give a shit about him. Like, even if he stops his fucking delusions, I will never in a million years ever have even an ounce of respect for him. But please stop him so that I don't fucking run out of brain cells. Anyways, I'm getting lightheaded. I gotta stop fucking talking about this guy. Subscribe to the channel, or I'll lock you in a room with 2 furries and 1 Felix cipher.